OTSUKA is back on the first take. I was saying about this when I did my reaction to Planetarium, is that I was like, yes, hopefully there'll be one more, because they usually record them in batches of 2. And I was thinking maybe it'll be Sakuranbo. Guess what? She's back to do Sakuranbo. Now the interesting thing is here is that it says on the description it's like the cocktail version. Now what I remember is that there was an album that I really was kind of like an EP that I really enjoyed from OTSUKA, which was I think it was called IO Punch, where she redid a lot of her most popular songs in kind of like a weird jazzy kind of way. And I really, really enjoyed that album. I thought it was interesting to hear her do the songs so differently. I can't help but feel that that's because all the songs, all the redone versions were named after drinks. Now, I can't remember what she called the Sakuranbo version, but it might be the cocktail version. This might be the version from IO Punch, but that album came out about 10 years ago. So if she's like, she does Sakuranbo in like 2003, and then like IO Punch came out in, well, I don't know, 2013 or something, yeah, and then like now here we are in 2024 getting a first take version of that. It'd be really weird for it to be extended like that. I don't know what it's going to be. She's always been fantastic at redoing her songs. I mean, if you don't know, I'm not going to redo the preamble that I did for Planetarium, but I've been a OTSUKA fan for forever. Since she first came out back in 2003. So, you know, I personally, I would be very happy if it's the IO Punch version. Strange, but happy if it's that version. I'll probably recognise it immediately if it is. Always with the first take, we get slightly different versions, so it might be a slightly different version of that version. Or maybe it's just her redoing it all again. I mean, the woman can't just let any of her songs lie. She has to redo them differently each time, and I really respect that. I've got to be honest, in a way, I'd be kind of happy to do, like, hear her doing the upbeat original version. But, you know what? We've already got that recording. We've got plenty of recordings if I'm doing it that way. So let's see what this is. It's nearly 5 minutes long, so I'm guessing it's going to have to be some kind of intriguing reversion. But let's see. Is it the IO Punch version? We're about to find out. Let's just jump in. Enjoy this together. This is Sakuranbo, the cocktail version with OTSUKA. On the first take, of course. So let's listen to creaky headphones. Oh, she's got art. She's got the painting from the original album single cover for Sakuranbo. Just in case you forgot. Creaky headphones. Alright, let's go. Looking around for someone to press play. Oh no, they're prop musicians because it's first take. Yeah, it's the IO Punch version. Oh, it's a piano. I love this album, I really do. If you haven't checked that album out as well. It's so nice to hear her doing this version, but it's also so surreal because I know this from that tiny little EP album that came out like a decade ago. So seeing it like it's a new thing is like really bizarre. pause. It looks so effortlessly easy at this point. I've probably sung this song about 10 trillion times. Something about having the picture. Okay, sorry, by the way, I did notice I got a little bit of a skip in the recording there, just towards the end. So, yeah, I was just saying that there's something like about the fact that she's performing in amongst all these paintings of the original cover. It's kind of like she knows this is the song that on the pop scale she's most famous for, and she's always kind of like dancing around the fact like, yeah, I'm super famous for this song. This is a really strange one to try and give a reaction to, because I absolutely adore this version. As mentioned, I've heard this version though before, so this doesn't feel especially new for me. This feels kind of like more being reunited with an old friend. I would again very much recommend that you go check out IO Punch, that like weird little mini album EP thing that she did. It was absolutely glorious. So she had versions of like Tulip and stuff on there, which were really well done. This is more like being reunited with an old friend, and I'm kind of glad in a way though, because when I think about it, I mean, this came out a few days ago. I wasn't feeling particularly well, so I didn't get a chance to respond to it at the time. But it's got over 500,000 views already, which is interesting, because if you think about the number of people who actually probably bought IO Punch, which was just this weird little obscure EP that was put out, it probably was nowhere near that. So this is probably for most people their first time hearing it, which I think is great, because there's so much content on that album that I would love people to hear. I'd love people to go back and check out, and hopefully this will give people an opportunity to listen to her. She's always been fantastic at reinventing herself, reinventing her music. Taking her old songs and making them sound completely new is something that she's got an incredible talent for. But this was charming as all hell. Really like this. As always, OTSUKA just being OTSUKA. I'm kind of saddened in a way that that's the only two songs we're probably going to get, because first take they tend to only do two. But hey, two's better than one, and one's better than none. So I can't complain too much about that. But yeah, I just thought, again, it's nice to hear this version spread out to more people, so more people to get to hear it. But and she just looks like she's just like she could just chill through this. Like, yeah, done this a million times before. It's good. Yeah. Even the Moikai. I remember the first time I heard the version on IO Punch, and when it came up to the Moikai, just the way she just whispers it, Moikai. I was like, nice. Even back then, she was playing with the fact that she knew this song was super popular, and she could just sort of like toy around with her own creation. So to hear her doing that, like recreating it even more years in the future, is really interesting. The funny thing is that back in the day, I've probably got it somewhere on an old hard drive, but there was a version floating around, which was the original demo that she sent to, I believe, Avex when she went to first get signed, when she first got scouted up. And the original version of Sakuranbo that she wrote was prior to it going into working with doing the arrangement with Ikemen. She did her own arrangement of it, which was more similar to the original, but still quite different from what the version that became famous in the end. So this is a song that she wrote very, very young, and that she's played with and toyed with so much over the years, but it seems like this is the version that most represents who she is now. So yeah, absolute joy hearing her doing this. Brilliant stuff as always. OTSUKA always on top form. Yeah, I can't wait to hear more. Hopefully more new songs. She's had some good new songs of recent. Looking forward to just hearing what she does next. She's always going to be a legend in Japanese pop. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Get in the comments, tell me what you think. If this is your first time ever hearing this version, let me know. I'd be intrigued to know what you think of that. If you heard the IO Punch version before, let me know. Were you glad to hear it brought back? I certainly was. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these, well, for now, ciao, ciao.